Hello everyone, Oz here from Fantastic Forum, giving you another look at my package, and today we're taking a look at another one of my painted prints, this lovely Supergirl, sculpted by Shadaloo Studios. And yeah, it actually doesn't come with this. I was trying to make her into the movie version, but this is probably a little big. I mean, can you imagine? Like, that's a huge bottle. I guess you could take it, maybe. Let's take a look. Okay, so first of all, I got to give a quick disclaimer. I feel like I'm going to do this every video. I print my stuff out solid, and I'm pretty sure you're supposed to print them out hollowed out. The thing is, the way I print them solid, the printer sits in the garage with fluctuating temperatures and humidity, and all this together tends to warp everything to the point that it doesn't always quite fit right. I've actually done the test where I've printed out the same thing hollow and solid, and yeah, the hollow version just fit a lot better. There was less warping in it, so it just fit a lot better. Now, if I really wanted to take the time, I could sand things down and it would fit all right away. So I try not to blame the sculptors for stuff not fitting quite right. I always assume it's my fault. Now, if you buy any of these and print them out yourself the way you're supposed to, hollowed out and all that, and you're having the same issue, but comment down below, let us know, because I'm always going to just assume that that's something on my end, because I can't get myself to go hollow. I've held, two pieces, solid, hollow, dropped them, hollow shatters, solid, gets a little ding in it, but it's still good. I don't have to reprint the whole thing. So having said that, the base, two pieces, the rocks and the base, I guess, whatever you want to call it, glued them together because I wanted to make it look like it was all a single piece. I just thought it was a little bit cooler. For a while, you have that kind of seam where the two pieces differentiate, and I really want to make it look like it was part of the base. So I also considered weathering this silver metallic, kind of like that Superman back there, but that's all like really beat up and stuff, so it makes sense that that's older and more weathered. And I kind of like the way this looks, just shiny and newer. So I kept it with it. I might put a color in between these two things here, but I don't know. I've seemed to like it. So this one turned kind of yellow, and again, I think this is because they're solid. I really think if I did this hollowed, it would, I'm sure it would still get a little yellowish, but it wouldn't be as bad. And I mean, these were in the same batch, I guess, and you could see that this one got a little bit more yellow than this one, but there's a lot more here. And so these are made, I think they have to go on in a certain order because they kind of like clamp onto each other, not clamp onto each other, but like the little hollow here goes in here. Like that's what that space is for. So, and this is why I gave the disclaimer, because it might not show up too well in this camera. I might take closer up pictures of this, but you can see the gaps down here. I didn't bother to take the time to sand it down anymore because when everything's put together and put up on the display, it's not really that noticeable. Now let's get the suit. I've pretty much glued her all back together. There you go. I do have one complaint about this sculpt. So the way the cape is made or goes on or whatever. This top, this top and the torso, and top and torso are two pieces. Obviously the head and neck are one piece, and then the skirt and thighs are another piece. Boots are separate. But the problem I had with this, oh, hands are separate too. The problem that I had is the way this cape is on here. And you can kind of see that it goes over her, what is this, the clavicle, I think. It goes over that, and there's two of these tops. There's this one, and then there's one that has, this one's actually meant to not have a cape on it, because the one with the cape has two slots on the shoulder, and then the cape has two pegs that they go in the slot. I ended up breaking those pegs, and at first I kind of assumed it was my printing method, but then I quickly discovered that the only way to get that cape on is to kind of put it on the head portion. So you have to kind of hold the head and the cape together like a single piece, and then slide it onto the top and try to get those pegs in. And I think that's a huge problem with a sculpt.
Hey everyone, Oz here from the future. As I was editing this video, I went back to Shadaloo's Gumroad. You sign up through Patreon, but they distribute all their models through Gumroad. And there is an updated version of this model. I guess I had just a really, really old version of it, where they have given you a separate head and hair. So kind of fixes that cape issue that I was talking about. You can now put the head and the cape will fit right over that, and then you put the hair on. So yeah, just this is why you got to get it from the actual creators, because if there's ever an issue, they can just update their account and you just re-download it and it's fixed. So yeah, back to the video.
So what I ended up doing is I used the top that doesn't have the holes for the pegs for the cape. Less for me to have to fill in and do. And I kind of just put it on as one piece, and I glued the head and neck down. And there's just very little movement in here. It's on there pretty good. I'm not worried about it falling off. It's not huge and heavy, and so it's not gonna, I assume it's not gonna over time kind of like tilt or come off or do anything like that. So it's a little bit higher up than I feel like I would like. I'd rather have it look like it's actually on there, but it's not that huge of a deal. It doesn't, I'm not worried about it. And like I said, it's held up there in place pretty good. I really don't think you can do it like the Superman over there, where you just drape it on, because Supergirl has all that hair coming out, and I think that's always going to be an interference with this. I like what that other Supergirl over there did, where the head pops up, like the neck is part of the torso, part of the body, and the head comes off with the hair, and then the cape kind of slides onto there, and then you put the head back on. I think that's a lot easier than the way I have to do this, where I have to take off both pieces as one. That it's just not practical. But I'm not planning to take her apart very often either. Other than that, I'm really happy with this sculpt. The skirt and legs, there's a sexy version where it's just a bikini bottom. I like the boots. The boots were done very well. This front part kind of looks like it's solid. That's just me globbing on a ton of paint. I've been struggling a lot with putting gold paint on. Nice little belt on her. Decent set of abs. I mean, look at these. Now in the face, I went really, really simple. I probably could have put some some eyeshadow or giving her a little bit more makeup, but I just went real simple, real basic. I didn't even give her nail polish. Now for her hair color, originally I wanted to make it more of a realistic blonde looking color, and so it was a lot darker than this. And the original color that it was is actually what her eyebrows still are. I didn't end up retouching those. And then it looked good, but I thought it could look better. And so I went back and I was just gonna give her some little highlights with the brighter yellow, and just kept going because the way it was blending with that darker color, I thought looked really, really good. Just went with it, man. I mean, it's a comic book character. It doesn't have to be realistic looking hair color, and I like the brighter color now compared to what the original looked. All in all, this is just a great sculpt that I recommend you guys go out and get. Minimal criticisms. I have the cape issue, which I guess is not really a big issue because I solved it with using the top that doesn't need the cape. The only other weird thing is the hands. It just has this look like I don't know what to do with my hands, but it's fine. It still works. I think she still looks good. Very good looking statue. Yeah, not a whole lot to say. The legs are a little thick, but fine with that. You know, make sure it looks stronger. So until next one, don't forget we stream live every Wednesday afternoon, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube. Join us in the chat and let us know what you think. We're talking comics and movies and all kind of nerdy stuff like that. So yeah, I guess until next one, go read some comics.